In this video, I'm answering the following question. What is the methodology for intensive reading and logical thinking in academic intensive reading? To answer this question, I first want to answer the question, what is intensive reading? Intensive reading involves learners reading in detail with specific learning aims and tasks. You can compare it with extensive reading, which involves learners reading text for enjoyment and to develop general reading skills. An example of intensive reading could be that learners read a short text and put events from it into chronological order. What does intensive reading look like in a classroom? Intensive reading activities include skimming a text for specific information to answer true or false statements, or filling gaps in a summary, scanning a text to match headings to paragraphs, and scanning jumbled paragraphs and then reading them carefully to put them in the correct order. Furthermore, imagine you are reading an article on amortization, which is the running down or payment of a loan by installments. You might encounter some specific scientific terms you're not very familiar with. Can you skim this text? No. Skimming is not enough if you need to understand everything in the article, from grammar and vocabulary to the purpose of the author and the meaning. By reading it intensively, though, you can get a deeper understanding of the text. If you must understand the text in detail, you can use the strategy of intensive reading. With this strategy, you read the text with full concentration for certain learning objectives. When you, for example, are reading a report for work, you can just skim it to understand it. But if you want to get a deeper understanding of what's written, assess the purpose, and evaluate the results, you must dive deeper into the text. In an academic context, for example, you may have to fully understand an author's argumentation and reasoning in order to analyze this for an assignment for a course you're taking, which you can't do simply by skimming a text. When you read intensively, you may need to look up unfamiliar words and concepts because the aim is to extract the exact meaning of particular pieces of text as much as possible. Other goals include understanding the core of the text, develop critical thinking, and making inferences and identifying main ideas. So let's dive into a method you can use when you're reading intensively, because I do have a method for you which will hopefully help you with intensive reading. You can use it for any text and in any field. It's called the SQRRR method. SQRRR stands for survey, question, read, recall, and review. Let's take a closer look at this method. Firstly, the survey part involves writing down the full details of the source you're reading, like writing down the name of the author and the title of the text. Take a quick look through the book or chapter or article to get a rough idea of what it's about. If it's a book, take a look at the contents page and index. You can do the same thing when you're just gonna read a chapter. Secondly, the question part involves thinking about the questions you're trying to answer after reading the piece of text. The survey you've just done and your own needs, for example, an assignment title, will help you do this. Thirdly, the actual intensive reading part involves this. Once you've written down some useful questions, then it becomes easier to find the answers to your questions and read those bits with care. And it might be helpful to make a few notes while you're reading. Fourthly, the recall part involves writing down the answers to all your questions without looking back at the piece of text or your notes. Here, you can also summarize information and organize your thoughts. Finally, the review part involves returning to the text and checking if your answers and other notes are correct. Go over anything incorrect or which couldn't be answered and improve your notes. I do believe using this method will help you read actively and take notes in your own words. And one more thing, remember to write down the details of all the books, articles, and websites you use so you can make references and return to them later on. And there you have it. This information came from these websites. You'll find these links below this video. If you found this video interesting, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel and watch this series from the start. Next Friday, I will be back with a new video in my series on intellectual giftedness. Till then, I only want to say 3 things. Thank you for watching. Take care and bye for now.